going on, everybody? Welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Forza Horizon 6. We are here. It's Thursday, which means we have a brand new info drop here from IGN. This one's a big one today. Car customization improvements. We're going to go through everything in this video once again, and I'm excited for today's episode, man. Huge thanks for coming around here for today. I got my steering wheel, man. I'm excited, and of course, don't forget to slap the like button. 25 minutes of footage on here. We're going to go ahead and hit play.
Out is, you know, we had a really close collaboration with Turn 10 on this project. We've always worked really closely with them, but on this project in particular, we're able to leverage some of the resource on their side that kind of helped us invest in certain features for our vehicles. The other thing is we've invested in our team here at Playground.
Invested in the team,
I think
hell yeah.
I'm probably right in saying this is the largest vehicle art team that we've had on a project previously.
Okay, pre-release in-game footage, of course. An IGN for whoa. What is that? We're walking around the garage? Walking around. Customized character, garage option, photo mode, cycle radio, and customized character. There's a little steering wheel back there. No way. We got the Selena 7, of course, right? So that was his car before he went out.
We know that Forza Horizon 6 will arrive with 550 cars on day one, which is the largest number of cars at launch for any previous Forza Horizon game. That number will obviously only continue to grow over the next several years. After all, Forza Horizon 5 arrived with just over 500 and now sports around 900. However, moving forward from the Xbox One and Xbox One X generation of consoles has given Playground Games the opportunity to finally pull the trigger on a number of improvements to vehicles. Improvements which touch every single car.
There's work we've done across our whole suite of vehicles in carrying them forward, which both modernizes them. So for example, if you look at our headlights and taillights, we've got a new kind of refraction based shader on them. Gives them this really authentic look of depth and feel. Also with things like where you have polycarbonate style headlights, there's a kind of rainbow refraction effect that you get through there, like an iridescence as the light
I do see that rainbow, actually.
We've also reworked our materials used across the library of vehicles as well. So we've done some basic stuff like that outside of customization. I think probably the biggest areas, some of the areas we're most excited about are things like Forza Aero and window decals.
The ability to place decals on windows has been something that's
Forza
been requested ever since the influential livery editor was first introduced to the Forza series in 2007's Forza Motorsport 2.
I remember
window
where I was
decals,
playing that. That's crazy.
A long requested fan feature, something that we've also wanted to do for a really long time. That requires a massive investment. You have to go back and do work to every single car, and that allows everything from doing huge ornate designs that span across the windows, wrap all the way around the car, to simpler stuff like having a sun strip in the windscreen, or even just smaller low-key things like having window stickers that you can go and place on there.
I wonder if we could put them in like the danger zones,
and that's kind of a fun one as well, because we link that into the campaign. As you progress, you'll unlock little graphics you can go and proudly display in there as well.
And modern spoilers with separate paintable elements.
We've redone the new the front end and the rear wing for Forza Aero. So the new front splitter is completely bespoke to each car. So the vehicle artists now have like handles that they can kind of mold to the body lines of the vehicle. Where before we had kind of like one piece
subtle
that would
differences
just go
on the front
of
there.
the car. Now each can kind of
I guess sometimes it did look a little wacky,
to design the actual vehicle. So and it looks more natural, especially with the canards as well. Like it follows the body lines a lot better. And we have a new tow hook which you quite like because it has the feature of being able to be paintable. So for people that like the smaller customization,
down there is the Forza Aero.
Kind of makes the look more cohesive, and actually, you know, sort of like a red blob on the front of the car.
Look at that new logo up there too.
You can actually make it.
Got a couple new manufacturers in this.
Complete.
Yeah, I think just the fact that the kit, the Forza Aero pieces themselves, every single one of them has been somewhat reworked and somewhat retouched to work with the profile of that vehicle. That's the biggest uplift. There were some cars in the past where maybe it just didn't sit super well against that vehicle. So yeah, you got a performance uplift.
Wait, that's
you got a visual
Aero?
change, but maybe it didn't quite. It's with paints. So if you go to the paints area now, if you've installed some Forza Aero parts, yes, that red tow hook, it doesn't have to stay as a red tow hook. If you spend ages working on that perfect color scheme for the body of the car, your wheels, your brake calipers, you can go in and customize that tow hook and use it in terms of quality of life. We've installed some Forza Aero parts. Yeah, that red tow hook, it doesn't have to stay as a red tow hook. If you spend ages working on that perfect color scheme for the body of the car, your wheels, your brake calipers, bumpers, you can go in and customize that tow hook and just make sure it either fades into the background with something more neutral, or it really pops and complements the rest of the scheme that you've got. And the same is true for the rear wing. You can customize the end plates, bright color, complementary to the car, or again, you could, you know, throw on one of our new carbon materials.
Forza been doing work
just
in the
provide something
laboratory.
really subtle there. So yeah.
On top of this, there will be over 100 new rims, the ability to choose different rims on the front and rear,
100
and even
new wheels.
motorcycle engine swaps for K cars.
Okay. So we have, compared to Horizon 5,
before.
over 100 new rims that people can go and choose from. Some really great styles in there from some great OEMs. So I think also worth noting actually is we've reworked our tyre designs, our actual tyre visual for the cars. That's been reworked. So when you look at the tread pattern, when you look at the tyre wall, that's a kind of fresh new design, and you know, you will see that feed into the tyre wear. That is another feature that we've added to the game as well.
The lines go away.
In terms of other customization, we've not talked a huge amount about the performance stuff, and we've got a really cool class of car in the game that maybe shows up in a bigger way this time around, James. So maybe we could give an example around K cars.
Yeah, so we have a few new K cars in the game, and one of the cool things I think we wanted to lean into is they're pretty small. So get some pretty interesting engine swaps for them. So we've got a few new motorbike engine swaps that all have some great audio, and they also rev to silly numbers. So
I just want to drive, right? I want to drive the damn
and trying getting all the car like dimensions and making sure they're all marked up properly to have like the right plates.
Where were these cars? I don't remember seeing these at all. I mean, I guess they're already in the game, but
either through rare wheel spins, or interestingly, a few of these will be available as aftermarket cars. So as you're out exploring the world, some of these might pop up for sale as aftermarket cars on driveways, giving you a nice reason to go out and cruise and explore the world. Make for some fun discovery moments there.
The thing that makes Forza Edition special this time around is how unique they are, and that goes far beyond their special glow-in-the-dark commemorative style Mount Fuji number plates.
Make a twist on the Forza Edition itself and then turn it into something that's capable for something completely different.
Speaking of different, Forza Horizon 6's Forza Edition S-Cargo is about as different as you can get, turning Nissan's quirky 70-odd horsepower snail-shaped mini cargo van from 1989 into an insane rear-engine banshee full of custom engineering and a new central driving position.
Rear engine with the turbo up there at the front. Holy, the piping must be massive.
But the amount of detail that's kind of gone into that build, from what you brought up of just kind of like they made this bespoke space frame, but it's got a front mounted turbo. So we need to raise up the space frame so like the actual the exhaust work to the front turbo like makes sense. Like that thing's absolutely nuts. I can't wait to show that one off.
And the details on that as well. The consideration that goes into it. Okay, we have this huge rear wing. It's mounted to the space frame. Okay, well, of course, we've got to go and model these cutouts and the plexiglass rear window.
Wait, man. Forza Horizon 6, holy.
The third car the team shows us is the Forza Edition Mazda RX-3, which is a little more sedate than the previous two, but that is intentional.
Yeah, I love the RX-3. So we have one of our Forza Editions is like the RX-3, and that's kind of like we've drawn a lot of inspiration.
That's what we want to see. We just want to see people having fun in them.
Of course, in Forza Horizon 6, you won't just be restricted to customizing your cars, you'll also be able to customize the garages you store them in.
Oh my goodness,
there are 8 houses in Forza Horizon 6 that players will be able to buy, and each one has a garage. When you pull up to houses, you will load into the garage, so no more painting your cars on the driveway. As you progress through the campaign, you'll unlock the ability to store multiple cars in your garage, one of which will be your current car with full Forza Vista functionality, and the others will be static models. I'm immediately taken by how much they remind me of digital versions of die-cast car dioramas, and the team explains they were inspired by the things players had begun to do with Forza Horizon 5's creator tools, building backdrops to show off their cars in certain ways.
Oh my god,
I think
I can't wait for the garages.
Real inspiration goes towards that whole car culture thing of being able to not only build your cars and customize them, but also have somewhere to show them off,
seeing this guy in the light, though.
You would in real life.
It's cool to see the team behind the game.
When we were looking into like the design for this and how we can make that available to the players, was thinking, okay, we know they have cool cars, they have ways of making the cars look cool. How can we make it so they also have a space,
you know, boxes.
Like those die-cast, where they can show them in a specific way, play around themes, play around looks, and have that ability to like update that, you know, alongside their vehicle.
Just make our own
I think that was the main thing we're trying to think about. Was like, all right, if I'm the player, what's the best way to do that? What tools we have available? What could we create for them to, you know, create that space?
it's something that we know players do, right? I mean, we talked about this, the kind of journey that we've been on with Horizon 3 and players deciding that certain houses belong to them.
I hope that you can't upgrade your garage fully right away. Like, I want to be able to earn the ability to upgrade.
We built Event Lab, we built Event Lab Island. And as you said, right, we wanted to deliver on something we know that fans have asked for many times. Customizable houses win.
Really nice.
So looking to find a way to kind of bring that really powerful, robust tool set that we tested out, that we knew could do all of these things, that we knew players were using to do this.
This is amazing.
Insofar as they could, and then actually turning it into a curated building experience with as much freedom as possible. Like allowing you to clip things through walls and sink things into the ground and really be as free as possible with where you place your car. So you can make something that looks like a garage, or you can make something that looks like a superhero lair, if that's your vibe.
Garages function like all other user-created content in Forza Horizon games, and they'll be shareable with the community, have share codes, and be able to be browsed and downloaded.
No shit!
Yes, I absolutely anticipate that it will be a small number of players who make the wild things.
Oh yeah, that you see in games like this.
But then I look at other games that have building mechanics in them, and the creativity it unlocks lifts the community, but it also inspires the community.
100%.
Oh wow, I can't make the inside of the inside of a medieval dungeon with my cars in it or something, but maybe I can mess around with it a little bit. Maybe I can get on that journey to move forward. So yes, it's catering to a specific, very creative.
I like
their
new icons for the cars though.
But ultimately,
I like those a lot.
I hope that more people will engage with it. More people will try it out. If the only thing they do is like put down an extra locator, fine.
Yeah, I think 1000%, like that's this niche of players that we know and know, like have enjoyed those similar features or features that in some aspect shared what the garage does in previous games, previous Horizon games. But I think we also have to keep in mind that we've designed these features and implemented them on a whole side of, we know there is like this smaller fraction of players that build, but we also know that there's still this huge chunk of our players that enjoy and consume, right, the fruit of the creativity of those master builders, right? And I think garage also has that, and that's something we really want to lean onto, is the whole aspect of, sure, I could be a player that loves, the idea of that, but not necessarily has the time to sink into, building my own layout or familiarizing myself with the tool. But due to how the feature is done and how we want it to be, it's going to be fairly easy to, pick up a pretty cool, pretty unique layout.
Button presses and then you're browsing them.
And it's now yours in a way that you'll be able to pick, what cars you show in there. But that layout would have been made by someone else, so you won't be able to edit it directly, but you'll be able to pick and place your own cars as if it was your own garage, right? You found a contractor that built it for yourself, and then you just had
it looks a lot better than 5
your cool cars shown in there.
Which I didn't think was possible.
While the team explains players will be afforded a lot of freedom in terms of placing objects, with clipping and kludging all permitted for people to achieve the precise look they're after, we won't be able to place vinyls in the space. However, perfect is the enemy of good, and sometimes compromises need to be made to get new functionality like this completed.
I think we've made compromises to the bone on the original ideas that we had. There was a version of it where every house had a different floor plan. There was a version of it where there were windows in it. But kind of talk about these as next tier problems, right? If there's a window outside, what happens when it's nighttime? What happens when it's winter?
That's very true.
What happens if a car drives past, right? All of those become really difficult to answer. And
that's fair.
We really wanted these features to ship in the game. So we kind of made the decisions. Every time we had to make a scoping decision, it was, can we still keep the core of this, which is, I can make it, for me, it was, can I have my brutalist architectural living room?
What the hell, man?
With a 911 parked next to my sofa. Can I still make that?
They got like a weird garage layout there. Like, that's amazing.
Check out our full write-up on Forza Horizon 6's new customization options on IGN.
I'm kidding. Right, so the big new features of the day, basically, we have the new headlight textures, right? We're going to see a nice kind of ambient reflection coming from them. We have all the new paintable parts for our aero now, which is going to be awesome. Our spoilers got reworked, front aero kits, you know, the whole Forza kits got reworked, moldable to the car, which is going to be amazing, right? You can now paint the tow hooks on these things, which again, the small details, but they are really getting it down, right? They showed off the window stickers, the placing of them, how they're going to look, and honestly, I like what I'm seeing, man. You know, the different color mismatch wheels, and then we had those paintable aero pieces as well, which is a great step in a huge direction moving forward. I'd like to see some different kinds of wings, right? Maybe just one other style of wing, just for someone who doesn't like that style of wing, right? Maybe that's all, just one. And then they're saying that there's over 100 new wheels in the game, which is absolutely mind-blowing. All new Forza Edition cars with custom fab parts on here that are only obtainable through these vehicles, which we've seen before, but also the license plates on there will glow, which is going to be cool. We also got to look at our brand new space shuttle in the game, which is going to be seating us right in the middle of the car. Right, what the heck is that? And then of course, our biggest feature of the day is our customizable garages. This is absolutely breathtaking. One of my favorite features of Forza Horizon 6, hands down, and probably one of my favorite features to date of the entire series. I'd love to know your thoughts down below on everything moving forward. Huge thanks for coming around. Massive thank you to IGN for making today's episode possible. 11/11, right? Make a wish out here, man. Huge thanks for watching. I'll see you guys back here on the channel. I'm out. Peace.